And hello, and welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles. First of all, I'm gonna note, there's a maximum to the gem effects. There's a maximum to the gem effects. And agility up is 50? Come on! I need to put something actually useful on this guy. Come on. I'd rather just stack agility, I gotta be honest. That's 45 because using one of these spots for 5 agility would be excessive. I'm not even, like, I have so many strength up on Shulk and I'm not even at a max for that. Am I at a max for anything else? No. What's up with that? Okay, well, last time we had every single possible thought about what might be happening in this, just because the base assumption of the mechon and the organic life, or sentient organic life, being distinctly different and separated, and, you know, dead being dead and stuff like that, just, you know, gone. Sort of threw that out the window. So, at this point, well, I guess first things first, I bundled up everyone as much as I could for the cold weather. Not everyone has amazingly skin-covering gear on them, but, you know. So I figure there's about 3 mysteries at this point. One, why we have humans and whatnot basically connected to these face mechon, and exactly how integrated they are versus being used as a resource. Because thinking back at the end of the last episode, which, as an FYI, I split those two, because it ended up being longer. There's a lot of story content. I was able to get more out with less recording time. I split those two so I could have a bonus episode this week. At the ending of the last episode, what's-his-face, I don't remember his name. He was the coward guy at the beginning of the game. Like, the only other person that Dunban, like, fucking knows, basically. I'm pretty sure he's the guy that killed Fiora. And he's remembering stuff like her being Dunban's little sister, right? And then you also think back to the fact that, and I always found it weird once he started talking, it's like, why weren't you, like, goading us and talking to us when we originally fought? Like at the beginning when you killed Fiora. Or not killed Fiora? I'm still sort of confused as to what's going on there. Because they say she's alive. I'm not 100% convinced of that. I'm not... I guess we'll see, but we'll see exactly what that means in the end. For her to be alive. But the fact that he went from the point of just not talking to remembering her as Dunban's little sister. I actually think maybe he regained his memories over time. Like, maybe when he first came and attacked us, he didn't have any of his memories or anything like that. That's why he wasn't goading us or anything else like that. So the first mystery ultimately is, what the fuck's going on with that, basically. The second mystery is the history of this world, right? It seems almost like the High Entia might be related, if not directly connected to the Telethia we've seen. Which is an interesting thought at the very least. And they weren't humanoid at the very least, way back in the past. So a lot of things have changed. You also have the fact that you have the colonies, and the fact that they're colonies, and stuff like that, and you have the connection between the transport ship right by the colony and the High Entia robots. There's a lot of questions there, too. As well as the Bionis, the discussions the Bionis had with people before. All that sort of stuff. The Monado, which presumably worked with the Bionis at some point. And all that sort of stuff. A lot of questions there. And then the third mystery is all these people who just seem like they're fucking lying to me. Or like, playing me. Leading me on. Alvis, Dixon, Zanza, the big giant guy. It feels like everyone who's supposedly on my side, or everyone who's potentially just like manipulating me or lying to me is on my side. I almost wonder if, like, going to the Mechon, we'd have a lot more honesty at the very least. Like, even with, Metal Face, or whatever technically the names are, he's been very upfront about wanting to kill us and hating us and that sort of stuff. He's honest, at least. There's an upside to that. So the thing is that going into the last stuff, it's just, they sort of just took some of my assumptions that I was working off of and just swept the rug from out under me. I got a little, like, even before that, when we heard the stuff about the Zord and Desiree's father, it's like, I was still working off that assumption still. But as soon as you see Fiora talking, not having her memory, but seemingly tapping into it, and with the knowledge that that's possible, realizing that that fucker is probably the guy from the beginning of the game, right? In the same sort of situation as Fiora. But if he's around from a year ago too, then maybe they kept him prisoner? I wonder how many... So, if the Mechon eats people, I wonder how many bodies were actually found. How many people were actually properly killed when they were quote-unquote eaten and whatnot, you know? Or if they were just, like, brought back and preserved. So basically, between all these mysteries, I don't have anything that really connects them all. I feel like I'm at the point where, like, I could speculate something that feels like it could have a decent, somewhat satisfactory explanation of maybe 2 of them or so. Give or take, somewhere in that range. But you won't have anything that's satisfactory for, like, all 3 of those mysteries at this point. I don't think I have anything up my sleeve for that. But, I guess my 2 main speculations at this point are something along the lines of, like I said, something more akin to what I've been thinking over time, where they're using Homs to basically bring their sentience up, that sort of stuff, to a level, and they were using the sentience in order to, basically as a shield from the Monado, and that's why they were so up about, they're so insistent about killing Zanza before the Monado could be, you know, unlocked. I think the idea about having a safety on the sentience, I was right about that. That seems to be the implication, that that's really what it was, that sort of idea at the very least. And that's why it's a double-edged sword, as was said at the end of the last episode. Additionally, basically, yeah, so the idea that it's just completely separate, they're just an artificial intelligence that happens to be maybe using Homs in order to create a safety measure against the only thing that could really deal damage to them. But as part of doing that, they end up sort of integrating the organic sentience that have developed in life and whatnot into their own, creating a hierarchy and stuff like that. Which could explain one of the 3. And it could explain it could explain what's going on with the Mechon, it could explain what's going on with some of the lies that we're being told. Presumably, because presumably it would be a matter of we're being manipulated because Mechon are evil and stuff like that, and I imagine the twist later on would be something along the lines of Mechon aren't really evil, especially now that they have sentience and they understand that what they're doing could be wrong and stuff like that. Especially if they, like, develop to that point or something like that. Then my other thought was something else I brought up, and I actually sort of like this. Like, I sort of spitballed it, but the idea that maybe Homs aren't actually from the Bionis in the first place, but they're from the Mechon. And maybe the Mechonis is just a giant mech that the Homs were basically piloting. And all the Mechon are just automated soldiers to go out there and fight their war. And the humanoid creatures from the Bionis didn't exist originally. Instead, you had, like, the Telethia, or whatever the original High Entia were. They, like, the Homs, so let's say under this presumption, this is the idea of what happened. You had, like, the old giants Hyantia, stuff like that. You had a different sort of sentience, but a different sort of life, not Homs, basically. Much less humanoid, at the very least. Then you had the Bionis walking around with some of those creatures living on it, basically. And then maybe the Homs were like, oh my goodness, this is a big threat, let's go take it out. So they build a giant mech to basically fight it, right? And a whole army as well to go and do stuff as like an infection, that sort of stuff, to go attack it directly. So you had this giant fight out in the middle of a giant ocean or something like that. And then it like strikes and you have the blow that basically makes both of them inoperable. That sort of thing. So you're left with a situation where you have a bunch of Homs basically stranded out here. So they decide, okay, well, let's take this whole place where you have like literal ground in like maybe fertile soil and stuff, this Bionis, let's make colonies there. That sort of thing. And then eventually over time, maybe the Homs had a disaster over in the Mechanis or something like that. And then they just, like, the machines basically took over, that sort of stuff. Or maybe they had a war between the two sides or something like that. Something that caused a conflict between the two that was lost to the ages. To the point where the Homs on this side and everyone else. Because it doesn't seem like the Nopon and, it doesn't even seem like the Nopon or Hyantia have been directly involved in a lot of this. You have that where it causes this conflict and the actual relation between them is lost to the ages, that sort of stuff. And before that, you have stuff like the Homs reaching out to Hyantia and them deciding that, oh yeah, we could, you know, make ourselves genetically superior by breeding into a certain form over many generations, that sort of thing. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I guess that's where I am. Those are my two main theories in that sort of way. Neither of them really account for everything at this point and stuff like that, but they're just ideas that I've coming to mind at this point. But for now, let's continue. As I actually play the game instead of sitting here for like over 10 minutes just explaining some of my thoughts. Oh, that's cool. Why? That's interesting. What are those? Wow. If anything, this place is brighter at night, isn't it? So, for Melia, I'm at the point where I'm basically trying to get a feel for exactly how the discharge works. So I'm getting a feeling for, like, it's the most recent one, essentially, that counts as your discharge. So what you want to do is you want to put up buffs, but only have, like, the last one, maybe two of them, as something that you're actually willing to attack with. And you could have, like, 3 up at the same time. So since I have, like, 4 on my main bar, plus the copy one, I can put up electric or, another one that I want to, so I can put up, like, regen and agility up, and then strength. Attack, put this up, this will bring it down. Attack, copy, attack. Then hopefully at that point be able to put up strength again for everyone else to attack for a little bit until you have the opportunity to use the electric and copy again. So I'm starting to get a feel for a rotation per se. Before I was more just trying to get a feel for exactly how the actual system worked. At this point I feel as though I'm getting an idea of the actual ordering of exactly how it actually, you know, implements itself. Is that supposed to be wet? Or... Okay. Mistakes might have been made. Mistakes definitely might have been made. I was about to say, is that wet? It almost looked like an esophagus. I was gonna say. Well then. Will I fall into water? No, I'll just fall into nothingness. Or no, is that water? It is water. Okay. Well, I made great decisions today. No bond camp. Okay, cool. Found another one of these. These guys are all over the place. Okay, so looking at how this place is set up, I'm willing to bet. Yep, there's something involving... Oh, she just landed on her face. I'm sorry. There's something involving a method to actually... Woo! Nope. Nope, that's an... Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Shit! No. Crap. How am I supposed to get all the way up there, then? That didn't seem to actually get... Actually, I wonder if I could... If I manage to stay in the ground for, all the way through instead of, Oh boy. What am I even doing? Oh, yeah, I did make it! Okay, how did I... Okay, well that was the most interesting weird thing, and I'm gonna die to these guys, aren't I? Yeah, big time.
Raging squall! Summon Aqua! Everyone, prepare for a chain attack.
Cool. Let's do it.
The ether is flowing through. Manifest yourself.
Leave it to me. Backslash. Down. We're counting on you. Leave it to me. Timing is everything. Remember that. Perfect.
Enemy reinforcements. Summon Aqua. Manifest yourself. Dunban.
Leave this to me.
Take me lightly at your peril.
Millie, this is unexpected.
You saw another vision.
I'll sort it out.
How can this be?
Monado! Feel that! Nothing's gonna stop me!
I admire your courage, Shulk.
Oh no!
Shulk.
Thank you. Light heal! Battle soul!
Water, the source of all life.
Our time is coming. Electric
Roaring thunder.
Stay calm.
Vertical.
Stay focused. Everyone, we can definitely do this. Flow of battle. Understood.
Manifest yourself.
Electric. The time has come.
Ah, bound!
No
Fuck.
restraint.
Okay, what do I even have?
For my flesh and blood be healed. Shulk, you're next.
Okay, my turn. Done back. Aha. Gale Flash. Good job, everyone. Perfect.
Summon Aqua.
Split Edge.
How can this be?
Electric Gutbuster. Gale Flash.
This gift of healing.
Dance with me. Steel yourself. The fight has only just begun. Backslash.
Now I see there is strength in unity.
Melia. Beside you.
Roaring thunder. Manifest yourself.
Yeah. Altogether useless.
Dunban.
Whoa. That was close. I see it. Impossible. Leave this to me. This is the Monado's power. We choose our own path. Monado. I see it.
Didn't this just...
You're another vision.
I don't know if I can do it. Monado! Feel that!
Now I see there is strength in unity.
I'm glad you're with us, Melia.
I feel the ether
Dance with me!
building within me.
Ah! Steel strike!
Manifest yourself.
Backslash! Electric Gutbuster!
Accept this gift of healing.
Deadly slash!
Flash, the source of all life.
Heal! Everyone! Feel the flow of battle! Understood, Dumba. Stay calm. Stay focused.
Roaring thunder. Manifest yourself. Your fighting spirit is mine!
Time for a chain attack. You'll be gone before you know what hit you. We can definitely do this.
Roaring thunder!
Air slash.
Manifest yourself! Ether is flowing through me!
Electric Gutbuster. Stream Edge.
Saw another vision.
Yeah, this is bad. There is Monado.
Summon
Steam
blast!
Dust.
My thanks! Manifest yourself!
Slash Thunder.
Roaring thunder! Manifest yourself!
Split Edge. Gale Slash. This will leave a mark.
Manifest
Take your
yourself!
edge. Electric Gut now. Use a chain attack and finish this. Cool. Let's do it.
No restraint! Now! Healing Aqua! Shulk, you're next!
Got it. Dumb man. We're counting on you. Aha. Against the odds.
Now there is strength
Ah.
and unity.
I'm glad you're with us, Melly.
Hey, look, I beat it!
We did it.
Yay! Even with this fucker attacking me on the side.
Helping each other is our greatest strength.
Exactly, Melia. That's the source of our strength.
Father, I have become stronger.
Yay! I did it! For better or for worse. Where the fuck did that thing come from? That thing's not involved in whatever the fuck this is supposed to be. The hell? That was sort of weird. But either way, that was 4 levels above me. Well, I guess 3 for most of us, but yay! I did not expect to be able to do that. Okay. Silver Alexa's heart. Finding 2 of them. Okay. Well, more of those. I'll keep that in mind. If I can, you know, get back up. Maybe? Can I? Am I allowed to get back up? Nope, looks like I'll be able to get back up over here. Why make a just giant fucking, like, lip to that? My goodness. I'm getting a lot of these. Okay. Okay. So you're a researcher. Cool. You did have a bunch of stuff that looked like it might be nice to have. In situations, of course, but... Are you wanting help again, basically? Okay. Yeah, I'll consider. The other one I did just because I wanted to complete something, but... This one I'll do a bit more based on, you know, actual availability. Huh. It's weird. So there's that seal in that door, and now we have stuff like you gotta melt the ice. I wonder if they're like story items, or if it's gonna be like Pokemon where you basically gotta learn a skill, and it lets you get through certain stuff. But we haven't had anything like the ladder at any point in this, so... Yeah. Huh. I wonder if this is like the thing in the Bionis that'll shoot us up. Like we can get to the higher grounds by letting the geyser shoot us up. I'm gonna go with probably. Yeah, probably. Seal tower. Okay, well, we've made it to a destination at the very least. Chapel. This doesn't look... Oh, do we need to melt through this? Is this where we're going to learn how to melt through stuff, maybe?
Ruins. I wonder who built them.
Elvis? This the place you meant?
It appears to have frozen over while I have been away.
Been away?
Pay me no mind. We will need to do something about the ice before we can enter.
Throw hot water on ice.
Yeah, nice one, genius.
Precisely. There should be a geyser nearby. In the cave next to it, we will find a stone called magma rock.
And we can use this rock to melt the ice.
I believe so. So, shall we head to the cave?
Sounds good. Start looking for a geyser, everyone.
Geyser. Do the British pronounce that geezer? Because I can't say I've ever heard a British pronunciation of that before. I honestly cannot say that I have. But I was like just there, and unfortunately there's no further landmark. Oh, it's way over there too. Okay, well, fantastic. Well, I need to basically walk all the way back anyway, so let's go. Ooh. Well, Melia, you're gonna have to take one for the team. No!
I fear I approach my end.
Okay, now Melia, take one for the team. Large handcuffs. What was the other one? Blacket. Why was there large handcuffs in a pool of lava? And why didn't we die horribly when we just fucking ran into it? That's another question.
Raging squall! Water!
We can definitely do this!
Manifest yourself!
Use a chain attack and finish this!
Agreed.
Amateurish!
Dumban!
Nice dodge! Leave this to me! Keep at it!
Summon
Come on! You can do it! There is no escape! I'm alright, thank you!
I feel the ether building within me.
Water! The source of all life!
Gale Flat Edge! Electric
Summon bolt!
This isn't going well. Worldly slash! Melia, don't give it.
Possible.
Sorry.
And the next one will hit. Oppose me. Retreat!
My strength is fading.
Oppose me and your destruction is inevitable.
My strength is fading.
Summon wind! Summon
We can definitely do this!
roaring thunder! Manifest yourself! Summon
More enemies! There is no escape! Stream Edge!
Sword-searing flames of absolution! This is not becoming of the mighty Dumban.
I will draw your strength from Gale Flash! Monado Prime!
So this is the legendary Monado.
Now is the time to shine.
Yeah! I'm not quitting yet! We need your strength!
Flare impulse!
Stay focused! Alright! I'm feeling it!
Roaring thunder!
At last! We move at the same pace!
I feel the ether
Dumban!
building within me.
Electric Gutbuster!
Vertical bolt!
Let us move in.
We can definitely do this! Sorry. Monado! Basta! This is the last...
I saw another vision.
Got it! Leave it to me! Monado!
Take me lightly at your peril.
Millie! This is unexpected.
Vertical
Time is coming. Gale Flat Edge!
Now I see there is strength in unity.
I'm glad you're with us, Melia.
Manifest yourself.
Heal!
Summon bolt!
Electric We can definitely do this!
And
Gale
helping
Flash!
each other is our greatest strength.
Yeah! And we're stronger than anyone else! Split Edge! Electric Gutbuster! Dance with me! Backslash!
Summon bolt!
Worldly! I see it.
My strength is fading.
Light heal! Gale Slash!
Saw another vision.
I don't know if I can do it. Electric Monado! Fielder! Stay calm. Stay focused.
Manifest yourself. The ether is flowing through me. That's called
Gale Slash! Backslash! There is no escape!
roaring thunder.
Split edge!
That's called
Please!
bolt.
Splash! Light heal!
Summon
Electric Gutbuster!
aqua. Ah!
We can definitely do
Behold
this!
my power.
This isn't going well. Now! Use a chain attack and finish this!
Agreed. Begin. No restraint. Now, healing aqua. Shulk.
Okay, my turn! No escape. Madonna! We're counting on you! Aha! Timing is everything! Remember that! Perfect! Stay calm. Stay focused. I'm feeling it!
Summon aqua.
Against the odds! Slash! We choose
Manifest
the
yourself. Now I see there is strength in unity.
Melia, you think as I do. Slit edge!
Manifest yourself.
Electric Gutbuster!
Summon
We can
bolt.
definitely do this!
That's called bolt.
Dance with me!
For my flesh and blood be
Monado!
healed. Helping each other is our greatest strength.
Yeah, and we're stronger than anyone else. Gale Slash!
Summon bolt.
Light heal!
Manifest yourself.
Backslash!
For my flesh and blood be
This'll even
healed.
mine! Shake your edge!
I fear I have
Electric
summoned
Gutbuster!
flare.
Air Slash! Steel Strike! Split edge! Now, use a chain attack and finish this! Cool!
Agreed. Manifest yourself. Now I see there is strength in unity. None can oppose us.
Ooh.
Just like
Okay. That took a few tries. It wasn't horrible, but I kept getting hit with like a burst attack that I wasn't getting any sort of indicator that it was going to happen on, which caused me to just lose every chance I had of actually winning that reliably, basically. Oh, this one's named too. Okay, sure. Basically a required name one, I guess. Either pull them out of the lava at the very least.
Summon wind. Water. The source of all life.
Monado! Save us from
That's
harm!
called bolt.
Electric Gutbuster!
Summon copy. That's called bolt.
The time has come. Prepare for a chain attack! I'm feeling it!
I feel the ether building within me.
Summon
The time
aqua.
is now!
Roaring thunder. Manifest yourself.
Electric Gutbuster! There is no escape!
Ether is flowing through me.
We can definitely do this! Electric Gutbuster!
Summon blade. That's called bolt.
Got it! Split edge! Come back! We're counting on you! Here I come! Against the odds! We choose to fight! Blossom dance!
Now I see there is strength in unity.
I'm glad you're with us, Melia.
Easy peasy.
Timing is everything!
Easy peasy.
Remember that!
I cannot thank you
Timing,
enough.
timing is everything.
Is that all the backbone you have?
Are you still, Shulk? Are you still in the lava? It sounds like you're still. Sounds like you're still in the lava. Oh my God, Shulk. He's not dying though. Okay. Well, oh, we got the magma rot from killing it. Okay. Well, I guess Shulk's just gonna be stuck here forever. Oh well. I could also go get this. You know, I should probably learn how to use it first. Oh my goodness. But yeah, timing is everything. I hit it with the electric one, which is my strongest discharge, but that was able to combo into a physical down, which was able to combo into his talent art, just being really fucking strong. Okay, is the sealed too? Are we gonna get the item to unseal it as well? Maybe, possibly.
The letters are worn and difficult to make out. But it's definitely the language of the High Entia. They look just like the lettering on Prison Island.
If only we could. Just walk inside.
Convenient. Very, very convenient.
This place.
Something up, Shulk.
No, it's just... I feel like I know this place.
Ah,
Deja vu.
it's where it was originally.
I'm not sure, but
It looks like it. For the Monado.
I thought I had it. I can't seem to recall.
Monado want to give you a little hint.
Are you all right?
What? Must be tired. Don't worry. This is Osse Tower. Built by the High Entia to house and protect the Monado. The ceremony of seers was conducted here. It is also where the Homs found the Monado. Wait, you mean...
Well, okay, I guess he can just tell us.
So this is where the Monado was kept. My dad took it from here.
Yeah. So you're not remembering that event.
Have you always been able to see the future? You told me you were from a long line of seers. Did you have the ability from birth?
Okay, turn the camera, that clipping's getting...
Once, I too came into contact with the Monado. Those that are to be seers must touch the Monado, and a chosen few receive our power. That is the ceremony of my family. And the ceremony was held right here. Shulk, why do you think we can see the future?
Good question.
I hadn't really thought about it. After I grabbed the Monado, I just saw things.
So, my best guess would be that it's some predictive algorithm basically built into the Monado. Because what we were told is that the Monado is something that manipulates ether, the essence of life and all that sort of stuff, right? So, that wouldn't necessarily mean anything in terms of, like, seeing the future. But if it was able to manipulate it well enough to an extent that you could predict how things would happen, just based on everything that's going around, maybe that's it.
Your visions are the flow of ether itself. Ether is the very source of our world's existence. Where and how much ether there exists now and in the future can be predicted. Therefore, in principle, the future of living beings such as us can also be predicted.
And it's why it can change.
And there is one thing that makes possible the visualization of those predictions. You mean the Monado? The Monado can disrupt the ether, allowing you to release certain powers. Which means... my visions, under the same principle, are there to disrupt the future. With no one to control the outcome, the future will never change. But what if someone were to disrupt the future? What then? The future would be changed. Is that how Zanza planned to defeat the Mechonis? But why go to such lengths? What happened all those years ago?
It does pose an interesting way to see the visions and whatnot. So there was the concern previously, like, you can see the future, but what if it, like, caused the future by seeing it? Conceptually, it seems like what it's saying, from that perspective at the very least, is what the idea that the Monado gives you visions, but it's visions of what would happen without the vision, basically. It's very explicitly like, this is what I'm predicting to happen without telling you anything about this, basically. That's at least the impression I'm getting. It's basically designed to do that. So we can be fairly safe in assuming that we're not going to cause them by, well, You know, I say that, but we've had multiple... You know what? I'm going to run that back. We've had multiple actions we've explicitly taken and have caused stuff like going to Prison Island and that whole thing. That was explicitly caused by the vision itself happening. That would... I wonder if the Monado has a wheel. Well, I guess maybe it's the Bionis' wheel. Who shows the visions? Stuff like that, I know. Because if you can't work on the principle of it's predicting what will happen, it's not an automated system then. There's choices being made, basically. Maybe it's Xanta, I don't know.
Did you think it was just a myth?
I used to only believe in what I could see. My home, my friends, the Monado itself. I knew those things were real.
But when you took the Monado in your hand, you gained the ability to see that which was not meant to be seen.
Are you saying I should stop?
You are a fluctuation. As a fluctuation, you exist outside the results of your predictions. The more you accept this existence, the more malleable the world becomes. In fact, you have no choice but to accept it.
It is simply how the world works. Okay. I mean, I get that.
Good morning. Did we sleep well?
Oh, I can't feel my face or feet. What do you think?
Yes?
Ryan not tell truth. Ryan snoring make Ricky think of Orluka.
Ha!
Oi! I don't snore.
Sword Valley is just around the corner.
Well, fantastic. Well, this is a massive area if we're just going to be spending this short little time in here. Okay. Open up. Fantastic. And my reward? The same level ether crystal I could have gotten somewhere else. Basically. You know what? I bet something's gonna happen in this area. You have this whole place. It's just blocked off. This whole path coming up here. It's blocked off by ice. I think it's gonna cool down, maybe? Or, sorry, heat up. A bunch of stuff might get melted and stuff. Well, this is an interesting little temple-looking thing. Let's see if we can't get up there. Okay, cool. We can climb up here. We can climb up here slowly. I am at least hopeful there will be an improved actual, like, traversal system outside of the landmarks, because some of these places are still, like, annoyingly big. If you want to come back to them in particular, like, exploring them the first time's fine, but I can imagine how bad they might get.
Cool. Let's keep this up.
Ah, okay, it's just another one that's sealed. Fantastic. Well, so much for coming all the way up here. Aura heal. 30 HP recovered every 2 seconds while an aura is active. Is that much? The amount of HP he has, I'm not really sure that's that much or that useful. Then again, if he's dodging everything, that could add up just out of pure, like, dodge tankiness. It's not like he's constantly taking damage that's greater than that. It's more in a burst of damage. Well, maybe that other way won't actually change. Maybe it's one of those one of the routes that are out here that you have basically just some obstacle on one end to make it so you can only go one direction on it. Like, you can come up on it, but you can't go all the way down on it. Since you need to be able to jump way higher if you were going to do that. Yeah, that definitely looks like you'd be able to get up on top of that. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm right about that then. Well, this is pretty neat too. Whoop! Okay, ice physics. Got it. It's a tower, but what's it a tower for? I'm sort of doubtful people built this for the sake of like worshipping at it. It doesn't seem like that sort of tower, I suppose. It's not like a person made. I feel like it's like maybe it's like remnants of the Bionis' like normal actual setup before it had snow covering everything. That's my best guess, at least.
That Mekon.
Oh, coming to visit us. Right, that is what happened last time. Forgot about that part. I was gonna say, this big open area seems like it might be a big boss battle arena, but it's not really that sort of game, is it? Then again, this is happening, so...
It is you. Hey, that's Fiora!
Young heir to the Monado. We meet again.
Fiora!
Fiora?
Remember?
Is that my name? Then you know this body?
So it's true. You really don't remember us at all. Fiora, listen! If nothing else, you must remember your family. That's Dunban over there.
Family? There is family. Wielder of the Monado. There is a matter I must speak to you about.
Fiora!
Oh, fantastic!
What was that? Metal face.
Stay alert!
You killed my father!
Get him! Get away from her!
Now, let's all calm down. If I slip, I might mess up her hair.
You already killed...
You.
You're disgusting!
Would you be so kind and hand over that dangerous toy you have? I could take it after I smash you all to a pulp. But we wouldn't want that, would we?
All right. You can have it. But only if you let her go.
Wow, he gave an easy.
There's a good boy. Always eager to please, Shulk.
Is he realizing it yet?
But you're...
How's it going, Dunban?
Is that...
You can get out?
Munkar. I thought it might be. But
Was that his name?
you're to blame for all this.
I can't tell you how badly I wanted this sword. Has this puny boy even figured out how it works yet? What are you willing to do? Would you even kill a Homs to beat us?
You dare ask that of us? Why did you betray us to Mekonis? Why did you kill our friends at the colony? Why?
You wanna know? Because it's your home.
You piece of...
Stay where you are. That thing works by remote, so unless you want me to put a hole in her neck... So what's it to be, weaklings? Grovel at my feet and beg?
We will not bow to you!
Hit bad guy in face!
Hell yeah! Kick his ass!
You'll pay for that, princess!
You're a traitor, Mumka, and you're not getting away.
Holy shit. Okay, shame he couldn't fucking just explain, though.
This little get together!
You're not invincible! No! Enchant!
Water,
Steel Flash!
the source of all life. Roaring thunder. Vengeful strike. Summon. Manifest yourself.
Stay focused!
Summon
There is
flash.
no escape!
Manifest yourself.
definitely do this.
Flowing through me.
One in the world of strength! Against the odds!
Roaring
We choose to fight!
Vengeful.
Alright, I'm feeling it!
Healing
Electric
aqua.
We move at the same pace!
I'm looking forward to the results.
This will leave a mark! Shake your edge!
Manifest yourself. This gift of healing. Summon wind.
Hang in there!
Razor.
Okay. What are you going for? That looks like it's gonna hurt more than just, him.
Stay focused!
So definitely want to use shield.
Monado!
Oh!
Thunder.
Do we need to worry about enchanting against him? Is he technically Mechon?
There is strength in unity. Take me lightly at your peril.
Give it all you got, Melia!
Manifest yourself. I feel
We
the
can
ether
definitely do this!
building within me.
Monado! Save us from harm! Stand back! Don't overdo it!
This
Nicely
gift of
done!
healing. Summon aqua.
Electric! I'm really feeling it! Careless, Shulk!
Summon bolt.
Stay focused!
Vengeful strike.
Yeah! All together now! I'm really feeling it! Don't get careless, Shulk!
Healing aqua.
Face the spirit! Everyone! Let's go!
I'm gonna slaughter you!
Could we just kill him for once?
You fought beside me! At Sword Valley! Why did you change sides? Why the Mekon?
You're as blind as you were then. I wanted you dead for years!
What's happening? Is the Bionese moving?
I wanted to get to Monado so I could be the new hero!
Is that it? That's the puerile reason you killed all those innocent people! Ravaged our home!
I love this body! The power!
Hell yeah! I was expecting you to go the other way.
You'll never win! Get on your knees and worship me!
Never. I will strike you down and all that you have become, you wretched fool. The Monado will stop you, and then you will know the shame of all that you have done, traitor!
Shut your mouth and come on!
Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, this is certainly going to get in the way.
That light!
Another one. Fiora seems to be down and out, so someone else needs to be controlling them. Or in charge of them, at least.
It's not like the other Mekon.
Bigger.
You are right, heir to the Monado.
Okay, that's...
This is the strongest Mekon ever built. Controlled by me, Egil, leader of Mekonis, an agent of Mayneth.
Leader of Mekonis? So you're the one who controls the Mekon?
Okay.
I am he. We fight to free the world from the tyranny of the Bionis.
Why? Why do you trap bombs in machines? What do you want from us? Why make us fight for you?
Your questions do not concern me. I must return with this one.
You know, if you explain yourself, we might even be on your side.
Get your hands off her! Fiora!
If you want her, come and get her. You are more than welcome on Mekonis.
Come and visit any time, Dunban!
Munka! We're coming! And we won't give up!
Find us, Monado, Sword of the Bionis. We will meet you on the battlefield.
Fiora! We will find you! Fiora!
Okay, so I think that was the voice from those cutscenes, not Alvis's then. Okay. If you haven't noticed, I am poor as fuck at noticing voices. Even worse if this had like a Japanese dub. I'm horrible with those in particular. I'm not great at recognizing voices. I really am not.
Fiora.
Shulk.
She's...
Get it together, Shulk. We ain't got time to be hanging around here. I don't know what's happened to her, but that was Fiora. No doubt about it.
So, okay, I don't remember his name, the guy from the beginning of the game. Let's just call him Fuckface. So if Fuckface could remember, could get those memories back, and I sort of feel like he got the memories back rather than changing sides initially. Like he was killed at a point. Then I sort of get the feeling that Fiora could too. Maybe. And then again, at the very least, she has a personality and set of memories that we're not familiar with, and she has a name even that we're not familiar with, so...
Well, that means she ain't dead. We gotta get her back.
Get her back. Right. We've come too far to give up now.
Then we'll go to Mechonis and find Fiora.
Just beyond there lies Sword Valley. The Mechon flew in the direction of Galahad Fortress. Fiora may be there. Will you pursue, Shulk?
Yes. We will get Fiora back.
Well, she definitely seems to want to work with us, which is a promising sign at minimum. There is a lack of unity among the ranks of the face Mechon, at the very least. You know, that sort of... the thing is, once you get some theories in your head, that's when you start to just sort of read into things a bit more than you probably should. That whole scene almost felt like it, you know, contributed to the random theory I spit out about the Homs being from Mechonis. That sort of thing. Like, oh, I don't think I addressed it before, but maybe the idea of why they lose their memories and why they're using corpses and stuff is like, they're retrieving them, maybe? And even if they die, they have some way to bring them back? Sort of, kind of, maybe?
Oh, what the...
Is all that big sword? Oh, if he's, then ouchie ouch!
The sword of the Mechonis.
The entire valley below. The whole thing is its sword.
Something seems... unnatural.
What do you mean?
Look. That flowing light. From the way it glows, it has to be ether. But it looks like it's being drawn in by something.
By the fortress? It should just be up ahead.
Father once told me that the Mechonis absorbs the ether of the Bionis and uses it for sustenance.
So the Mechonis feeds off ether? Then undoubtedly the ether serves as the Mekon's energy source as well.
It also, conceptually, considering we're so concerned about the Bionis waking up, maybe it could also be a source of keeping it dormant. Do we have anywhere to actually, Oh, we're getting an outline of the Mechonis now. You think we're gonna go over there? Because I was thinking, like, it feels like we're running out of places to go to on the Bionis.
It looks so big, even from this distance. The fortress must be enormous.
Galahad Fortress. The frontline base of the Mechon. The Mechon that attack Bionis must all come from here.
Then there's a high probability that he's there. The golden Mechon that took Fiora. We're about to enter the Mechon stronghold. If there's anyone who wants to turn back now...
Shulk, friend should no split up. No leave friend behind. Ricky's scared, but Ricky won't go too.
Ricky.
I should level up one of his arts.
He's right. Okay, let's go.
Yes.
I've been putting up, like, in leveling up any of Ricky's arts until I actually get around to playing him. Which, I'm playing characters basically as I feel like it. Learning them and such. And he's not someone I want to pull in and just be part of the passive party at the moment, so... Story areas here.
What's that?
A supply convoy.
Oh, cool.
It would be most unwise to proceed without restocking our supplies.
You arranged this for us.
Hey, it's...
Dixon!
Looks like you lot have been having fun without me. Heard you took care of that faced Mechon.
What are you doing here?
I got wind of some allied force coming together a few days back. I stepped up as the representative of the Homs. Then a little birdie told me you lot were heading for Galahad Fortress. So I thought I'd drop by and say hello. I've got a whole stack of new equipment. Want some?
For free?
Yeah! I was hoping for some new stuff.
Not free.
Hold it, Ryan. You know it's gonna cost you.
You cheap old man.
Oh, boy. That would be too...
To be even stronger.
That would be too easy. Ooh. Oh, that's cool. I assume this will replenish over time, too. Like a lot of these. Okay, well, that's probably a good place to end it, isn't it? Here, let's see.
Hello.
You have any new books? Yes, you do. Just barely enough. My goodness. Okay. Well, who needs like gear and stuff when we just have all the arts already upgraded, even on characters I'm not, making any effort to use. Oh well. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I think that's probably a good place to end it. I'm not sure. It's been over 2 hours. Yeah, like 2.5. So, I think that's probably where I'm going to end it for today. I don't think any of my theories have changed with the new information we've got in here. So, it's hard to know what I should think, basically, at this point. So, I'll see y'all next time. Drive safely, everyone.